Welcome back to my walkthrough for Final Fantasy IX, my friends. In the previous segment, Zidane and the rest of the party, minus Dagger and Steiner, all went back to Trino so that they could get away from Alexandria for a while. And Zidane is going to participate in a card tournament, which is mandatory for plot reasons. And we sent Vivi to Quan's dwelling so that he could check his home, and we can get a little cutscene by visiting his home now. So just step outside and talk to Vivi. We're going to be completing the coffee side quest during this segment. No wonder Vivi is so attached to Queen and they get along very well. It's because Vivi was brought up by a member of Queen's clan. Anyway, there's no point in staying here for now. Later on we'll be coming back here and we can get a treasure, but not at this moment. So from here we're going to head back to Dali. It's not that bad, you just have to cross a gate to move to the other side of the mountain and you'll be there. We want to go to Dali so that we can go to the mayor's house, collect the mayor's keys, and that will allow us to get the last type of coffee. Aside from the coffee, you can also get 30,000 gil, so we should most certainly get that amount of money. And if you're lacking gil, then you can use that amount of money to buy the dark matter in the auction house, if you didn't manage to do it before because you didn't have enough money. First, let's go to the weapon shop and buy the wrists. Yes, and all of you should all be arrested because you essentially helped create weapons of mass destruction. How about that? I really am surprised that the Dali villagers aren't held accountable at all. So there we go, we got 100 or 99. And now let's step inside the mayor's house, and there's an order in which we need to do this, otherwise the boy will wake up. So we're going to start by checking the desk 3 times. And now we're going to check the heater. And we got the mayor's key, so we can leave now. First let's go up and collect a couple of items. Since the windmill has stopped, we can pick up the items now. I'm surprised that Vivi isn't going haywire here and burning the village to the ground as revenge. But I guess Vivi is just too nice. So we get 30,000 gil, but if you inspect again, you will find the coffee. So there, we have all 3 types of coffee. If you followed my walkthrough, then you should have all 3 types as well. So now we're just going to deliver the coffee to the old man. He's just chilling as per usual. I actually feel kind of bad for Morrid, the old guy now. So the model of the theater ship will be available in the hideout in Windmill. I decided to cut out my journey back to Trino because you already know the path, so there's no point in dragging this video out and including that. But in Trino we're going to start the card tournament. But before we do that, we're going to sell a couple of items that we bought at the auction house. So we can sell the rat's tail to the red mage here, decline the first offer because he always makes a second offer. And if you go through here, you can deliver the dog's artifact to the scholar. Now with him, I believe he only makes one offer. He's kind of cheap, but let's see. Yeah, we have to accept the first offer. No problem. So now that we've done that, we can start the card tournament. These first 2 rounds, they shouldn't be hard for you to win. Even if you don't play the card game in Final Fantasy IX, you should be fine. Because if you've picked up the same cards that I picked up just by finding them in treasure chests and so on, your card deck should be more than strong enough to beat all the other opponents. Plus it's not like the opponents here have very good card anyway. Just remember that even with a very strong deck you might lose, because that's just how Tetramaster works. But we're going to pick up a few good cards. That ribbon card is pretty good for defense. Its attack power sucks, but defense wise it's very good. Now what should I do here? I guess I could place Shiva. Oh, that's unfortunate to say the least. Oh well. Okay, so let's see. I need to put Ramu here. That's my only option right now. It's funny how I was winning 4-0 and now I'm almost tied. But there we go. We got it. Amaranth and Freya are supposed to become buds after this. Well, we already knew that. I mean, the auctioneer should be arrested as well. They're all involved in the Black Mage arms deal. Quite the scandal in Gaia. He totally wants to share this story. Amaranth seems like the type of guy who's like, oh, I've said too much. I can't share this with you. I'm a loner by nature. And then whenever someone asks him a question, he's like, oh well, this is the story of my life. I've met people like that before. Amaranth might be a little bit of a drama queen actually. But anyway, we're going to start the second round. Hopefully this time around things go a little bit better. Not a great start though. There we go. I guess it was a mistake for me to place Shiva there because Shiva's magical defense sucks at this point. But that worked out just fine. I guess I'll get the Dragonfly card. And now, for the last round, we only have one shot at this, so I am going to save my game, but it's not even because of that. Rather, it's due to the fact that when we go back to Alexandria, we're going to have an optional boss fight, and this boss fight can be very tough at this point in the game. So, I want to make sure that I'm well prepared before I battle that guy. Or Quina. How many times has Quina done this? And I love how the old man just like, oh, you committed suicide, huh? This is hilarious. Quina is a very underrated character in my opinion. Quina makes everything better in this game. So you wanted to fight a 16-year-old boy? That's noble of you, Amaranth. That's very noble of you. Assuming Zidane was even 16 at this point, he might have been 15. I mean, I know he has a monkey tail, but he's still a kid. like how he just has so much time to just whisper all these things. So there you have it, that's how Amaranth met Zidane. And he says he doesn't have a vendetta against Zidane, I guess he just wants to understand him, but even still. He was played by a child, so he should feel bad for himself, really. Something tells me that if Amaranth wasn't blue, he'd be blushing right now. But there you have it, that's Amaranth's backstory, and that's the reason why he's been following Zidane. I'm glad that at least we got to know why he did it. Okay, and now we're just going to save our game before I start the final match of the tournament. To be fair, like I said before, I'm mostly saving here because of the optional boss fight that we're going to have in Alexandria. Because that fight can be a little bit tough. I mean, if you're well prepared, it's really not that bad, but it can be a long battle. Make sure you get that letter, that's very important. And save your game just in case for some reason the final round doesn't go well and you end up losing. You just want to be prepared, really. And now we can keep going. That's going to play an important role in the next part, because Eiko needs to go back to Alexandria so that they can do the ultimate summon, I guess you could call it that. Alexander is a pretty impressive summon, that's for sure. But before we get to do that, we're just going to chill and play cards. Priorities, am I right? So while Eiko does that, we're going to heal ourselves, because I wasted a little bit of health and MP while fighting those monsters outside while I came back to Trino. And everyone needs to be at their best for this upcoming fight. And now let's go ahead and finish the card tournament. Like I was saying, the card champion only uses Uglob cards, so it really shouldn't be a big issue to beat him or her. It's actually him. Regent City is the champion, but obviously a new glob can't enter the tournament, so that's why it's Sailor Erin who enters in the tournament 4 seed. Just get in there so I can win and move on with the story. Such a big intro, and these cards aren't even all that great. So yeah, like I said, the only cards that he has are Uglob cards, go figure. But anyway, we're going to try and finish this quickly. Let's place the ribbon card here first, since it's got a very good defense. And we have this game won. As you can see, it's not that bad. It's a shame he got the first move, otherwise I might have managed to get a perfect here. But as a reward for winning the tournament, we get a rebirth ring, which gives you the auto live ability, and that's an ability that you'll want to give to one of your characters at this point, either Vivi, Zidane, Amaranth or Freya, because those are the 4 characters that will be involved in the optional boss fight. So it might not be a bad idea for you to give one of them a rebirth ring, but you can do that later. But anyway, this is going to conclude this segment, my friends. In the next part we're going to head back to Alexandria, and Beatrix and Steiner are going to make a final stand against a bunch of monsters, and Alexander will make an appearance. It's a very interesting part, very exciting. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later for the next part. Take care, my friends.